another night terror nightmare. So since I couldn't go back to sleep, I had to take off this soaking wet t-shirt, put on another one. I'll go ahead and talk about what I dreamt about. Why I named this payment to cocaine, from cash to cocaine. I don't never call my mother's second husband stepfather because he was nothing but a demonic demon. It's understandable why he would entrap not only his two nephews but myself into running cocaine packages all across the trade. I was 8 when all this was brought to me. Started running packages when I was 8. I was being paid pretty well for it, being 8 years old. Maybe I should smoke so I can calm myself down a little bit. Nightmare kind of got to me. I want to stress to one thing, one type of people out there. Those type of people that use children to do their dirty work, they should be hung. Now, Charles, this was my mother's second husband, and his friend Art called themselves, they're going to be drug dealers. And I don't know how deep in the organization these two were. All I know is between these two, I seen at least 50 bricks of cocaine in my lifetime before my mother killed him. Now we were getting $50 and $100 per run, depending on how far out it was. But I remember the distinct day when all that changed and this motherfucker started paying us in powder. I didn't want any fucking powder. Powder couldn't buy me new baseball gloves, new tennis shoes, or a new bicycle, or new Matchbox cars, or Star Wars figures. Cocaine couldn't buy me any of that. Those C notes and those $50 bills, those were making me happy. When this motherfucker gave us little small packets of cocaine as payment for the runs that we did, I was highly, highly pissed off. And he knew I was pissed off. This is why this motherfucker reached in his pocket and gave me two 20s just to calm me down, which it did at that point. I had never done cocaine. I've seen people do cocaine. But all three of us went ahead and took our packages down in the basement. And when I left out of the basement, I was never the same again, and my life has never been the same again. Tell you what, cocaine does to 8, 9, and 10-year-old kids. It makes them batsy. After that weekend, I never dreamt about being an architect anymore. I myself stopped playing with my Legos and Lincoln logs, making elaborate cityscapes. This motherfucker altered my behavior patterns, all in the love of money. He didn't give a fuck about his own nephews, and he definitely didn't give a fuck about me. I was just the son of the bitch that he had married and shit. That's all. So, it would have been probably just if I had OD'd in that basement instead of walk up those stairs. I wouldn't have to go through and see all the bullshit that I've seen in my years. And waking up, you get tired every time you wake up and you know you're alive again and shit, and then look back down at this history and your past and the people that have come and gone and done so much damage, and I'm still here dealing with it. This ain't no fucking sympathy because I know nobody gives a fuck about dark black males like me in this ass backward nigger hating country. I'm just ranting to lower my fucking blood pressure so I don't get that fucking headache and have that taste of metal in my mouth followed by a fucking nosebleed. So if my misfortune makes you laugh, by all means, go ahead and laugh. I don't give a flying fuck. None of you motherfuckers is ever gonna meet me or ever gonna see me. All you get is this motherfucking voice filled with pain and sorrow, sprinkled with a whole lot of hopelessness. I was given a 7-day timeout on fascist books because I made a post saying that I'd give up everybody else in this high yellow family to have, well, I said coons. I guess it was coons that got me thrown in jail. All these motherfuckers can die. I mean, aunties, my mama, she dead already. Take both these aunties, his grandmother and shit. Just give me my grandfather back. And I got 7 days time out. You know what, Mark Zuckerberg? Fuck you and your Asian chink bitch. And I hope that your motherfucking daughter and shit brings back not just a black man, but also a Mexican man that says that's how she's gonna live for the rest of her life in a permanent threesome. Now that I cussed out Zuckerberg, let me tell you what I saw that first day when I had cocaine. I'm going 100 miles. I'm going 100 miles a minute. Everything was just racing, racing. You feel like you're Superman almost. Just you couldn't fly. Another one of the, don't call them coming to his run as we were going to the park. So we decided to go ahead and escort him because it wasn't too far. He said he had a joint. I didn't smoke marijuana at the time. But Charles' nephew did. So we're led to this house, and it's a side door. From the side door, you go straight down into the basement. To the right, yeah, your shooting gallery out of your junkies, freebasing, doing lines and short. And then around to the left, around this corner, that's where the head honcho was. Shot caller, whatever you want to call him, the pusher. This would be the first day I saw somebody OD start throwing up white foam. It was kind of white greenish foam. I guess that was that bile. And I can't tell you if this motherfucker died, but I can tell you how fast the workers of that house got that motherfucker out of that trap house and sat him up against a utility pole a block and a half away in the alley. I never saw this guy again, so I don't know. He probably did die. 1980. This is the year that the Tigers won the World Series. 3 years from '84, my grandfather would have a major stroke and a heart attack, and my life would change for the worse again. Don, you know you want to laugh. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and laugh. Because even though my grandparents, particularly my grandfather, made my childhood as peaceful and as pleasant as he could, my mother just seemed like she just didn't want me to be happy at all. She brings this nigga into our life, hooks her only son onto cocaine at the age of 8. I was almost 9, so I guess 8 now. It was hot that day. Summertime. We weren't in school. Everybody was out on summer break. It was real hot that day. And this trap house didn't have no air conditioner. It just had oscillating fans just blowing around people spunking warm air. No cooling whatsoever. One bitch and shit. I was just dumbfounded when I saw her spread her legs and give her a shot. They were doing heroin too down there. They weren't just speedballing. But see, we didn't push and didn't run any air around. We only ran cocaine. We didn't handle no heroin. That was some other outfit. Because I could tell in the syringe it didn't look like the same from the motherfucker shooting up the speedballs. So this bitch, now that I know, all her veins in her legs and her arms had collapsed and were unusable. This bitch had to find a thing around her crotch region just to get hot, and would be frustrated when she missed. It kind of seems surreal to me right now because it was so long ago. But if I close my eyes, I can see the whole scene. I can see it. It's like playing like a movie. You just don't have no sound. You know, I didn't plan to fail. I just failed my plan. And I thought you were supposed to trust family. Family will always look out for you and love you. But that's just not the case when you're a dark piece of shit male like me, born into a family of high yellows. They got one or two white chromosomes in their DNA. That's why they got that shade. And they made me think my skin was my sin. I remember the arguments in trap houses, bitches paying for pussy for the rock, sucking dick and shit for a shot. I remember the smells of the trap house. Detroit has a unique type of trap house smell. I've never been in a trap house in Atlanta or anything. I think I went to a trap house in Chicago, but it looked like it was a 24-hour real residence and only part-time trap house. So I don't think that's real authentic trap house smell that I was smelling there. Because the inside of a real trap house, it doesn't smell like Glade or Febreze. Let's just put it like that. It has a eerie type of stench, and it's a type of stench that embeds itself into your clothes and into your skin if you're there too long. So that's that motherfuckers talking about you should be a counselor, a drug counselor. For what? I'm still fucked up. I am still mentally and psychologically fucked up. Who the fuck am I gonna help get the fuck off drugs? If it wasn't for this marijuana and shit, I'd still be popping Percocets probably. Because it was Percocets after the cocaine. See? And I went to a dentist to have my wisdom teeth pulled, and I came out a pillhead. Black males aren't supposed to talk like this. But when you only have a voice to deal with, then I can go ahead and get away with it because you can't put the voice to a face. Why do they say death comes in threes? What is that? Like a riddle? The because I heard that a lot in the trap houses. So I've never seen anybody die in a trap house of an OD, just that close motherfucker where he was foaming. That was the closest, but it seemed like the runners of the house would always be used. And at the time, I don't know what they be saying now. That death comes in threes. I guess like if they get some new shit, I could kind of put it together. They got some new shit and they cut it real fine and it was stronger. Then if they have a first death, then I guess they're expecting two more because, like I said, death comes in threes. And ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't a black thing. It was I saw white people coming up in there buying big dope. I seen Asians come up in there buying big dope. Look like Asians that probably did your nails or probably sold you a gold chain or something like that. Or better yet, a motherfucking Asian lawyer. That's what do they call that? A workable addict or an addict that can live too. I don't know the terminology. I've heard it before, but maybe it'll come to me or something. So, an able-bodied addict or something like that tripped me out. One motherfucker was like, "Yeah, he works down at the county office and shit, public attendant, buying big dope. Some that live too far away, they just cop a seat and just do their thing." See, what the white man doesn't understand is that even though he brought all this poison here, it wasn't a problem as long as it was decimating the black community. But when this shit started coming up to Ann Arbor and shit, and in little white towns in Iowa and in Nebraska and shit, little white blonde haired girls were sucking dick just to get this shit, then it became a problem. Then and only then, it was a problem. And now you have this thing called an opioid pandemic, which is cockamamie bullshit because white people were popping pills in the 80s just as much, if not more, back then than they are now. And it's still going now. Yeah, police might shut down a few doctors, pill mills, whatever they call it. But for every one that they shut down, there's still eight more in full operation. I remember getting my pills one time from the pill mill, and I was one of the rare niggas up in there playing off like I got chronic pain. As now that I'm a diabetic, yeah, I got chronic pain, but back then I was faking it just to get these motherfucking pills. The sky's the limit, shoot for the stars. I tried. Guess I just didn't have enough good role models around me at the time. People that didn't have my best interests at hand. My mother's fucked up living arrangements and shit after her divorce from my donor, playing house with her first cousin and shit has totally fucked up my entire perception of what a solid family consists of. life altering comments from both these evil white kids that I was brought up around, and then the two faced black kids back down in my own neighborhood, Detroit. You know, you have two different worlds right there, and always trying to get in where I could fit in. When I started running that dope, we got looked at a different way, kind of with respect from even older kids are, in our neighborhood going to school and stuff. This is how organizations got, we carry money back and forth to a lot, but more cocaine than money. That's how they did things back then. They used kids, girls, boys, didn't matter. Could be somebody's niece, nephew, son, or even daughter. And even though we got more money than little packets of cocaine, the damage that cocaine has done, I don't have any earning, I don't have the urge for it, but it's still there because I did get the full treatment that my grandparents and my mother started me in after they found out just how bad Charles was after my mother killed this motherfucker. You know what I did? I flew over an open air stadium with my drone, no crowd. If you heard some of my other previous recordings, I've only gotten into this drone and UAV hobby because I heard the white guy last year saying niggers can't fly these. I'm getting pretty good. My first was up, I was scared because, rollerblade things and shit. You only have to see a motherfucker get his fingertips cut off one time, those aren't toys that you're playing. They will hurt you. And then having to register and, have your ID on you when you're flying it. Make sure it's in line of sight, even though my eyesight is so fucked up. Shit, at 200 feet up, I can't see that motherfucker. I'm looking at the monitor seeing what it's seeing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking up at the sky at this motherfucker. The FAA has some fucked up ass rules, but it is what it is. And I'm just a hobbyist. This isn't a business or nothing. Dini says that I should take people up, buy some of those, couple more pair of those 5.8 gigahertz goggles and take people up and let them see what it looks like, especially when the leaves start to turn. Doable. I might do that. I'll leave it to Nene. She always gives me good ideas. She's the best and the only friend that I've got that I trust my life. I hate nightmares and stuff like that. Breaking out cold sweats and having my t-shirt all soaking wet like I did a marathon. After I get out of here, I'm gonna take a shower, make this floor look great, make the bed to feel sweaty, and relax for a little more too after I get this off my mind. And I don't know if there's a portal or anything, but I like to say something to Charles. Hell, fuck you, homie. I'm still here